Hello everybody and welcome back to episode 31 of the pre-production meeting. I am your co-host Josh Urquhart.
And I'm your second co-host Daniel.
Sorry, what was that?
Daniel. Does it full senses it?
Full senses it.
That's a troll.
Go. What's your name?
Daniel. Hey.
Sorry, I'll stop. What's your name?
Daniel Cugola.
There we go, Daniel. How are you, my friend? Welcome back. It's been a couple of weeks, mate. How are you feeling? How have you been?
Yeah, great. Great. Yeah. How are you, Josh?
Yeah, man. Look, it's been a busy morning. You know, we're only 12 days out from shoot, so
you must be nervous, excited.
Look, man,
exhilarated.
I'm not nervous. I'm excited. I wouldn't say I'm excited either yet. I'm more just like in the zone, getting stuff done. You know what I mean? So it's been really busy, and like you know, just every single day. You know, like this morning especially, like came straight from this to do something else, and then now here. It's full on, man. But you've been full on as well. How have you been? You've been on a couple sets lately. We'll leave most of it for the progress, but like,
Yes.
how's that all gone?
Yeah, good. I've been doing some first ADing. Had that pretty big shoot that I told you about. It was a 3-day shoot. 2 of those days were 15-hour days, so quite long. But it was a really good crew, and it actually went really smoothly. We had quite a few shots that I thought were going to be quite complex. But
Yeah, right.
because we'd planned things out so well, props to the DOP and the gaffer and the directors and everything who coordinated things so well, it just went so smoothly. So there were steady cam shots where we had extras and things like that, and we sort of just placed everyone, went through the steady cam, and it just worked out perfectly.
How many extras did you have?
Well, they sort of came and went.
Yeah, right.
Between the 2 days, we probably had about, it wasn't that many, maybe like 20 extras. So
Where did you get them from?
All sorts of places. So one of the actors actually contacted a dance group.
Oh man!
And they brought a bunch. This is maybe something.
I got to contact. I got told this morning. Got to contact acting schools. Dance group.
Yeah,
That's
and a
crazy.
bunch of the dancers came, and they were in the. And they know how to sort of perform, so they were able to do a couple speaking bits as well.
Yeah, cool, right.
It worked out really well, yeah.
That's awesome, man. Has it just been that's been happening?
Yeah,
Just
other
like-
than that, I've been writing a little bit. I'll get more into
we'll
that
get
later.
into it,
And just doing bits and pieces of freelance work, videography work, doing a bit more runner work with Warner Brothers. That's sort of an ongoing thing.
Nice.
And yeah.
What's your plan with Warner Bros, may I ask?
Well, I can't talk about it.
You can't?
No, I'm joking.
I was going to say, what? They've already swooped you up, brother.
Nothing.
You're part of James Gunn's new DC universe.
Well, the thing is, if it does eventuate into something, I probably will have to be careful of what I say.
Of course, man.
It's just
I'll just have to do that every time, you know what I mean?
It's just with the television department anyway.
Yeah,
so it's
okay,
not
cool.
Like, I'm not going to be directing the next Batman
Well, you
movie
never
or
know,
something.
man, because like the TV for Warner Bros, is that like, do they deal with HBO and stuff like that?
Well, like the thing is,
Or it's just called Max now, sorry.
around their offices, they have, you see all different posters and things from, you know, movies like Joker or Batman, Superman, all that kind of stuff. So it's like, ooh, it looks interesting.
But
then when they're actually talking about things, they're just talking about like the reality TV show. So I don't know if that's,
The Bachelor.
yeah.
Have you ever considered being the new Bachelor?
I have.
Have you actually?
No.
Bro, you should apply. They're looking for
Did
people
you see
now.
my new headshot I posted the
I
other day?
did.
Maybe
Yeah,
I
shout
should
out
send that in.
Ari.
Ari Ridge, yes.
Nice.
A friend of mine, very good headshot artist.
Nice.
That's what you could call them.
Mate, he's a sharpshooter.
Yes, he is. No, he's great.
Headshot. You get it. Anyways, no, that's good, man. Yeah, keep that going, and maybe you'll, eventuate into somewhere in Warner Bros. And get us all in with you.
Yes.
That's like
Of course,
that's
I'll bring
like
you to the top, Josh.
that's like, hey, same with me for you, man.
Yes.
Like wherever we all end up, we're bringing everybody, with us. That's
it's my love
Hey,
for you.
I love you.
I love you.
Yeah, I know.
Don't you
Han
forget it.
Solo. No, that's what I'm trying to do with Paramount at the moment. You know,
Yeah.
like, I'm at work, and that was like
Do you work with Paramount?
Yeah. Like we get we have to like watch a bunch of their shows and stuff like that, and
Right.
we deal with like their ingesting like all their raw media and stuff like that. So we are working close with Paramount Plus, not Paramount, but they're just upstairs. So yeah, man, that's where I'm aiming for. That's
So
good, man. That
When you say they're upstairs, what do you mean?
in the building, like physically. They're
Okay.
literally upstairs.
Okay, so representatives of the company.
Yeah. Like they deal with all their. I'm not entirely sure what they do.
Yeah.
All I know is that they have a section upstairs that I have visited and been to. I think a bunch of execs and stuff are there, and they plan out certain things. But yeah, there's a lot happening in that kind of streaming world at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's good, man. Like you got Warner Bros. I've got Paramount at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I know Fetty's doing stuff.
Yeah, he seems
in
to be
commercials and you know, man. That's I think I was talking to somebody the other day about just like coming out of uni and how like fucking hardly anybody's doing anything anymore except for like a couple people, and like those people being myself, you, Lexi, and Austin as well, who's trudging along. Shout out Austin, I know you're listening. Hopefully
Hi,
he'll
Austin.
be back soon. But he's slowly getting progress. It's hard at the moment. With the animation side of things, but you know, I think
he's pushing it along though.
he is. He's sorting it out, and it's been a bit hard as well because I haven't had all my attention. You know, I mean, to be fair, I was talking to him the other day, and he talked to you about it as well.
Yeah.
Like a producer in this stage, their role is mostly in pre-production. In post-production, I am supposed to be overlooking things, but it's majority up to him. All the things that has to be done, only he can sort. He's in with the animators. He needs to, you know, sort out, what's it called, the reference video and stuff like that. Like it's all up to him, and I think it's good that he's taking on this role more, you know, because he doesn't have the experience like we have. Like he didn't do a film in uni, so this is his experience, and coming out of this, you know, I think maybe me taking a back step might, you know, help him in the future.
I think he also knows that you're busy with your film.
Yeah, it's not like I'm doing it on purpose either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you know, it's there's a lot going on, but it's very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
So I think let's get into the first part of the podcast, which is the wrap up of the week. Well, the last 2 weeks. What have you been up to, Dan? What have you been watching?
I've only watched 2 films in the past 2 weeks, which is quite disappointing.
Disappointing.
I watched Peanut Butter Falcon.
No way! You only just saw that.
Yeah.
It's good.
It'd been on my list for a while, but I only just got around to it.
You like it?
Yeah, it was an enjoyable film. I don't think it was anything mind-blowing. It was just like, I don't have too much to say about it, really. It was just a good film. And the thing is, when you start to watch a lot of movies, you start to see, and you study films as well, you see how filmmakers build everything and like where they pull the strings and stuff. And that's what I kind of felt with this movie. Like it felt quite basic in the plot and the premise, and I could feel when the directors were pulling strings at certain points, like this is happening and that is happening. Like, you know, at the end how it ends with them like driving away to spoiler. Driving away to Florida or wherever they're going.
Sure.
Yeah, and then
it's been a while since I've watched it.
I've seen them do this in a couple movies. They did it in The Last of Us as well.
Okay.
But they have the shot, like they make you think that someone's died, right? And then the next shot is, you know, them driving somewhere. And then all of a sudden they have the person pop up from the back seat and you're like, they did that. And I'm like, okay, I've seen this kind of thing before.
I remember. I actually know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and there were a few moments like that throughout the film where I was like, okay, like I've kind of seen this before. Like they're trying to push a certain message here. Or And like, so the film was enjoyable, but I think I've just seen enough films at this point for it to not be anything spectacular for me.
Damn, it must take a lot for you to just be absolutely fucking blown away.
That's why I really appreciate films now that do things differently. I think it's when films are very nuanced or you can't see which way they're going to turn, which I'm actually watching Barry at the moment, which is
with
in its final season.
Oh fuck, what's his name?
Bill Hader. Yeah, so there's 2 more episodes left of that show. I'll talk about that more when it finishes in a couple weeks' time.
Yeah.
But that show is fantastic because every single time you try and predict what's going to happen, it just goes the other way.
That's what I felt when I was watching Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
As well.
But the thing is, it still all feels in line with how the story should go. It doesn't feel like they've just done something stupid. It's not like Fast and the Furious, where
that's what I'm about to talk about.
Yeah, where something just happens and you're like, oh, that's ridiculous. It's like it actually feels in line with the story, but you couldn't predict it.
Yep.
And that's what makes it so good and so fascinating.
What do you rate it out of 5?
So I gave it a 4 out of 5 because I still enjoyed it. I had a good time.
Rating,
yeah, it was good.
Yeah. How about I think that movie definitely helped Shia LaBeouf as well. I don't know. I feel like it was a bit therapeutic, a bit different to what he usually does.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like that would have been good for him.
Yeah.
How did you rate his performance in it?
I think he's always good.
Yeah, I do also think
actor.
he's always a fucking incredible. It's just a shame.
Yeah.
You know, his personal shit gets involved. But,
yeah.
What else? What other shit that you watched?
And then I watched Old Boy.
Old Boy?
Have you seen that?
No.
Do you know of it?
Can't. Maybe.
It's a Korean film.
No, definitely not. Then.
Came out in 2003, so they just had their 20th anniversary for it recently.
Okay.
That was very good. I don't know if you've seen many Korean films, but they're very over the top in terms of the actors' performances.
Is that like anime almost? Yeah, anime is very over the top.
A little bit, but the performances are just quite. If you compare it to American movies, which are toned down, they go for realism, I guess.
Okay.
Like, I mean, if you watch older American films, it was more theatrical, but now they've gone for more realistic, authentic performances as time goes on.
Okay.
But Korean films still have a bit more of that over the top kind of thing they go for. So it takes a bit of time to adjust to it. When you first watch, you're like, oh, this is a bit. But then once you get into it, it's really good. It's the same as the. Can you guys hear people?
Yeah,
cheering?
sorry again about the fucking screaming outside. There's this one family. I walked out. There's this one family that's just causing all the ruckus. Yeah. Sorry, continue on, my friend.
It's the same as Bollywood films. Have you seen any Bollywood films?
Yeah, I get you. I get where you're coming from.
But they're more. That's more in the physicality than the actual performances.
Oh yeah,
like they have characters that can leap 3 feet, 3 meters in the air.
And the slow-mo in Bollywood films
I love it
as
though,
well.
yeah. But it does take time to get used to it because it's different from
for sure
Hollywood, Hollywood. And it's interesting seeing how every country does things differently. Like if you watch Eastern European films as well, their coloring is very blue and cold, and their films are quite bleak, but they're very good. I really like them. But yeah, Old Boy has like a very green and yellow color tones.
What's your favorite, like, what's the word? Try not get cancelled here. What's the favorite international kind of like region that does films, you know?
Oh, that's hard to say. I think I like them all for different reasons, right? Like, I think the Asian films are the best in terms of the martial arts and action sequences.
Austin loves those Indonesian films, man.
Yeah, like Old Boy, right? It's not an action film, but there's like a couple action bits. It'll be like a 20-second thing. Okay. And the action is better than what you see in 90% of Hollywood films, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
They just know how to do it so well. And then, like, as I said, the Eastern Europeans are really good for just those raw, authentic performances and all the interesting colors and whatnot. Yep. So it really just depends what you want to go for. And that's why I think if you want to be a filmmaker, it's so important to look at films from all different parts of the globe.
Yeah, I've got to do that more,
because
for sure.
You'll mix and mash and create your own style that's, everything coming together.
You don't want to have the normal, like, Hollywood shit. So, you want to do something different.
Which I can definitely see in your style. And, like, I love that too. Like, I know you really like the music that you, like, because I've seen in Into's a Lesson, you have that music that's very Hollywood, which I really like as well. It's nice.
It is, this one, that's something I can talk about in the progress. This one I'm doing it a bit different.
Okay, that's good.
Getting more, like, cultural, and
which is really good,
June-esque. I get goosebumps talking about it.
That's
so
awesome.
Continue on, man.
No, but it's good to, and you'll notice that that good filmmakers are constantly bringing in different influences and looking at different places to bring in just new elements and whatnot.
For sure. I think that's a really good point, to be fair. I got to do way more of that. I just, I don't know. I think, I don't know. It's like, I could say that I can't be bothered with the subtitles, but I can. Because I watch fucking subtitles on everything else.
Actually, I like subtitles because sometimes you pay more attention to the script when you're reading it.
Yes, fair point.
So it's good in that sense.
What else have you watched? Is that about it? Oh, what do you
That's
give
it,
it?
but
Old boy.
Yeah, I think I gave that a 4 out of 5 as well. I did think it was slightly overrated just because so many people talk about how amazing it is. And I thought it was good. It has a very good twist ending.
Cool.
It's one of those like, what the hell just happened kind of twist endings, but it was good. Yeah, so 4 out of 5 film.
Very nice, Dan. You know, you
Yes.
say you haven't watched a lot, but hey, the films that you have, you've taken a bit from. So
Yes.
there you go. Now, me on the other hand, you know, you're talking about all these adventurous, you know, cultural different films and stuff. I watched Fast and Furious 10.
Oh, mate. That's a culture shock if there ever was one.
So, have you seen it?
No.
Oh. Are
And
you
I
going to
don't
watch
plan
it?
on- probably not in cinemas. You can spoil it. if
I
you
can
want.
spoil it.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Oh, maybe not the end credits
Okay.
because I kind of wanted. I'm curious.
All right. So, I watched Fast and Furious 10, and the last couple Fast and Furiouses have been fucking awful, like dreadful. I'm a big fan of the franchise.
Which ones do you think are good?
I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 are great, and then kind of
Really?
the decrease that goes from there.
Yeah, interesting.
I love the runs that The Rock is in. I think he's fantastic. I think he's made for that kind of like scene, that kind of franchise. It's just, I don't know. Instead of him trying to be all these other things, I think in those roles of, I don't know. It's just he shines. He shines when he has to be the macho dominant man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like those. I think Tokyo Drift is fantastic. I really like. I can't remember if it was 1 or 2. I think it might have been 2. But I really love the first 2. I'm not a big car guy at all, so I just enjoy it for what it is, and I loved the early storylines, and you know,
I didn't like 2 because Vin Diesel wasn't in it.
Vin Diesel wasn't in 3 either.
Yeah, but that's 3 is
See-
good because you have all the cool drift.
But now Vin Diesel's the worst fucking part of these films, bro.
Really?
Bro, you should say, especially in this one, like all the whole script is just one-liners. You know, they're what's you call it when you lead into something and it's the punchline. They're all just punchlines.
Right.
Like they're all like, now let's go and save them. Like every
Yeah.
single line, there's no like proper dialogue between. I mean, yeah, there's proper dialogue, but it's like it just feels like they're just reusing lines and have checked the thesaurus online to change it up a bit. And it's just, especially everything that comes out of fucking Vin Diesel's mouth.
Yeah.
He's like saying, oh, they're fucking this, and it's
Yeah.
just family, you know.
Yeah.
It's just the same. But I gotta say, I was a bit surprised because it wasn't as bad that I thought it was going to be. I gave it a 3 out of 5. Jason Momoa, and I've seen this online and stuff, is by far the best villain Fast and Furious have ever produced.
Okay.
He is just fantastic, and if it wasn't for him, this movie would be fucking dog water.
Yeah,
It would
right.
be fucking dog water. That's fucking right. So he just plays this like maniac. He's this psychopath. He's funny. I don't know. It's like, say, imagine Jason Momoa tried to do his best Heath Ledger's Joker.
Right.
And it's just, yeah.
Okay, that's kind of compelled me to watch the film.
Yeah, he's fantastic. I love his performance. He's got a couple twists and stuff. I don't know if this is spoiling. Okay, no, this isn't spoiling it, but you know, this is like part 1 of a 2-parter or a 3, but apparently it's a fucking trilogy now. So it does end with more questions than answers.
Yeah.
And yeah, they've brought it a bit more back down to earth. Literally, they're not in space this movie, thank God. But just you got to go into it with like throwing all logic out the window because all the shit they do just is fucking like. There's a part in this fucking film where he's driving on a bridge or whatever, and there's a crane off to the side of the bridge, and the crane has like this boulder on it, and this car's getting away from Vin Diesel, so he jumps off the side of the bridge in the car and hits the end of the crane, which forces the other end of the crane to come and smash the car that's in front of it, and somehow Vin Diesel survives and gets back on the bridge. I don't know how. It's just some of this shit. And some of the dialogue I literally was cracking up fucking laughing. I'm like, it's just fucking, I can't believe what I'm fucking hearing half the time because it's just so cliche and just, oh man, Brie Larson's in it. Fucking,
Oh, yeah.
she just seems so, just, she doesn't fit in.
Right.
I don't
Is
like
she
her.
just playing the Captain Marvel-esque character?
Kind of. She's like, it really, she just doesn't fit into the film like at all.
Right,
And I've seen this kind of thing with other people that have seen it, and yeah, it's just a bit weird. So, like, the film could be without her, like completely. It literally wouldn't change anything. And yeah, they got some nice additions like Alan Richardson, who plays Jack Reacher.
Oh yeah.
And he plays Hawk and Dove and Titans, but he's fucking massive, bro. He's buff as, but again, just some of the lines that they're feeding these actors make them look like D-class fucking actors, man. And it's the script. There's a script spot, and you can tell because it's Vin Diesel who has a chokehold on this franchise and is doing everything the way that he wants it. He's not a script writer. He's not. He literally, I remember hearing this movie was in pre-production hell, and the director left a couple days before they started shooting, and it was just ridiculous. And there's a fight scene between Michelle Rodriguez and Charlize Theron, which they had to choreograph themselves, and you can fucking tell.
Right.
It's just, some of this movie is just fucking stupid and ridiculous, and but it is better than the last two. And Jason Momoa is by far the saving grace of this fucking film.
Oh, cool.
And the end credit scene as well. I can't really talk about it without spoiling it. It's just with, I can't. I'm not gonna spoil it, but just like, it would mean more if you know the story behind everything.
Okay.
And I think you might.
Okay.
So, but it hits hard, and I haven't been more hyped. I was just like, fuck yes. I was like, I can't believe they're fucking actually doing it. But yeah, it's cool. Oh, and another person who's really good at it, John Cena.
Oh,
He's just fucking, John Cena's just smashing everything.
I forgot that he was in the series.
He has a different kind of role. He's on like this buddy cop road trip, kind of his storyline.
Right.
And what I heard, I was listening to a podcast with John Cena on Happy Sack Confused, and he put it perfectly. Like, this Fast and Furious is like the first time we see the family fragmented, and like they're all split up. They're not together in this film really. There's like about 5 different storylines going on, which is cool. They try. It's just a bit weak.
I feel like it's hard to do that unless you're doing like a TV show where you have a lot of time to explore each separate story.
Right.
Otherwise
And
it's quite difficult.
yeah, exactly. John Cena's part of it is really like, it's nice, and it's just like, it's cute because it's like, I won't spoil it, but it's like a buddy cop with a, actually I'm not going to say it.
Okay.
But it's cool. It's cool. He really shines, and Jason Momoa shines, and after credit scene is good. It's just fucking stupid, and just the writing is god awful, and just I loved it more. It was more realistic action, more realistic driving. It just brings it
But
down
that was
to
only
earth.
the first 3.
Yeah, I know. But even, yeah, I guess so. And just like, they're reaching with these fucking connections, and like, how the fuck is Han still alive? Like, don't tell me he somehow got out of that fucking car that Jason Statham fucking, like, it just, I don't know. It's just a bit fucking all over the place, but it was all right.
I think 5 was the best one.
Yeah, I think so too.
That
I
was
think
like
so
the
too.
perfect point between like genuinely good
That
action
was,
scenes.
yeah. That was the was that the heist one when they got the bank vault?
Yeah, that's the first one that The Rock is in.
That's the one that this film is connected to.
Oh.
So there's Jason Momoa. So the main villain of that film, who like owned the bank heist and the bank vault and stuff.
Yeah.
His son is Jason Momoa.
Oh.
That's not a spoiler. You see it in the trailers and stuff.
Right.
And because Vin Diesel killed the dad in the vault chase, Jason Momoa's back for vengeance.
Yeah, right. Okay.
You killed my dad, I kill your family.
Yeah.
You made me suffer. It's your turn.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, but no.
Consequences for their actions is always
Exactly.
good.
It's good. Go watch it. It's not fucking amazing, so don't be expecting something amazing. But yeah, 3 out of 5. What else have I been watching this week before we reset the cameras? Watching Queen Charlotte with my girlfriend.
Okay.
That fucking, bro, people just watch that for the soft porn, I tell you. It's literally just sex 24/7. I went into Bridgerton not knowing that it was all soft porn.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, what
That's
is
all it
this,
is.
man? I'm just like, holy shit. I'm like, that. Okay, I get it. That's the fucking, like, the grab for people. Don't go into expecting, like, a very, like, cool, relaxed period piece. Bridgerton or Queen Charlotte. It's just porn.
Really?
Just porn, man.
What
Actually,
a
you know
shame.
what? Queen Charlotte actually has a pretty good storyline, but Bridgerton especially, it's just soft porn.
Right.
Which, you know, gets all the 22-year-old girls involved. It's the exact fucking reason why my girlfriend watches it and all her friends and whatever. Like, that's the reason, you know.
Yeah.
But hey, man, Queen Charlotte actually has a good storyline and it's interesting. Kind of confused why they did a spin-off of her and not just season 4 of Bridgerton. But hey, you know, each of their own. I'm watching The Great still, which is a bit less sex in that.
Right.
That actually has a good storyline, very talented actors, Elle Fanning and Nicholas Hoult.
Yeah, are they good?
Yeah, almost finished season 1 with that. Same with Queen Charlotte. And then the last couple things that I've been watching is I finished all the essential episodes for Ahsoka on Clone Wars.
Yes.
Which was like basically all of the last season of Clone Wars except the first one. Have you seen Clone Wars? Oh man, it's didn't realize that it was that good. I struggled with things that kind of weren't new, like just like Obi-Wan and Anakin, like their kind of storylines. I found it hard to watch. Luckily, I was watching the only.
What? Because it felt repetitive.
Yeah, and it's like I've seen them before. Like
Yeah.
that's why. I mean, Disney Plus put out their Ahsoka essential episodes of Clone Wars. That really helped because Ahsoka's a new character, and I think I found it really easy to watch her grow as a character, and I get the gist of Ahsoka now, which is really, really good. I think she's one of the best characters Star Wars have ever created.
Oh, cool.
And I'm fucking excited for the show now. But also, I was like, okay, now I've finished Clone Wars, I'm going to watch Rebels. Because Dave Filoni has come out and said Ahsoka is basically season 5 of Rebels.
Right.
So, and it's also, Lockie then said Ahsoka is Rebels and Rebels is Ahsoka. So, started Rebels. I'm on season 3. Finished 2 seasons in 2 days. Just had it on in the background at work. Sorry guys. If you're listening from work. But no, it's fucking good, man. Like it's really good. Even when I was I don't have my laptop here today, it's getting fixed at the Apple store, but whilst I was there yesterday, I was like watching Rebels and one of the Apple guys come up to me. He was like, "Oh, is that Rebels?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, so fucking good." I didn't
You're watching it at
realize
the Apple store.
on my phone.
Oh right. And
Yeah, whilst my thing was I was backing up my computer.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I really rate it, and especially getting ready for Ahsoka. I'm fucking so keen. I'm keen to finish Rebels and re-watch the Ahsoka trailer and see how, you know, they've translated it into live action. I've never been one of the people that has read a book or watched an animated show and seen their favorite show or book come to life, and I feel like that this will be the first opportunity for me to, where I've watched an animated show and are seeing these characters being translated into real life. Now, sometimes or most of the time, people complain because the movies aren't always as good as the books, or they've done my characters a disservice in the animation or whatever. Now, I think, I don't know, you got Dave Filoni running Ahsoka. He's going to do a fucking good job. So,
yeah, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. And I'm really excited to, see where they take this. And I'm excited to finish the last season of Rebels. And, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I think it's incredible Star Wars content. I started watching Revenge of the Sith again last night and just fell asleep because I was fucking exhausted. But it just makes you appreciate it a lot more. And, Hayden Christensen said that he watched the Clone Wars to get himself ready for Obi-Wan, and I see that now and how it could help. They just flesh out those characters even more. I think it's fucking fantastic storytelling. I wasn't a big fan of anthology storytelling, but and a big fan of filler. But as Lockie said, he could watch Star Wars filler all day, and now I can happily say that I agree with him because it's just.
Do you think Rebels or the Clone Wars is better?
Oh man, see, that's what I'm saying. I like new stuff. Yeah. I'm enjoying Rebels a lot more because it's just new content, new characters. But the animation and, you know, connection to things that we've seen before, especially the last season of Rebels, pretty good. But sorry, Clone Wars, very good, because it was weird. They stopped after like 6 seasons, and then, you know, made the 7th season after Rebels came out. And but I'm loving Rebels, and I would say Rebels over Clone Wars at the moment.
Nice.
So.
And then what about in comparison to The Mandalorian? Where would you rank?
I feel like now if I rewatch The Mandalorian or watch Mandalorian for the first time again, I would appreciate the filler eps a bit more, because they all, I don't know, add together. And like, it's funny seeing like characters that we've seen in real life. Like, for example, Bo-Katan has massive like role in Clone Wars and stuff. And I don't know, I'm excited to see what they do with Ahsoka. But I think you have to say the animation is better than the live action stuff.
Right.
Especially better than the Boba Fett series, better than the Obi-Wan series, better than the most recent season of The Mandalorian.
Yeah,
but
I was talking more season 1 and 2.
I don't know.
They're pretty
it's
good.
Hard, but I think I prefer Rebels at the moment.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
It's a big call. I might have to watch it.
I do recommend, because Ahsoka looks fucking amazing from what I've seen. So
can I watch Rebels without watching Clone Wars?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
It just hits harder when certain things happen.
Yeah.
But you can absolutely watch Rebels without watching Clone Wars.
I might do that.
Yeah, it's new characters. Ahsoka shows up, but she's not like the biggest role. But you just... you can watch the Ahsoka Essential episodes, but there's like a part in it where like... it doesn't really spoil it, but like Darth Vader's like in Rebels like quite a bit. But he like shows up, and then him and Ahsoka have like a thing.
I've
but it's
seen
like
that clip,
that won't hit as much as if you hadn't watched the Clone Wars. Because you know their relationship and stuff. But I'm hoping to get some Hayden Christensen, Rosario Dawson flashbacks to the Clone Wars in Ahsoka. That would be fucking amazing. But who knows? We'll see. But yeah, man, that's all I've watched today. Today, the last couple of weeks. Let's get on to the progress. Now, I've fucking heaps to talk about, so you go first, my friend.
Oh, what's happened?
I don't know. You tell me, man.
Yeah, there was that short film that I worked on. I was first AD on that, so just a lot of organising. And I was also, I guess, a co-producer or assistant producer. Like,
are you hoping to get a co-producer credit? Put it out there into the world?
I actually spoke to the producer about this. I was like, can I get one? He's like, yeah. Not that I really care.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I
mean, you brought it up, so you obviously can. Give my man a co-producer credit, or he's fucking leaking the whole film.
No,
I'm joking.
Because I brought a few crew members on board, helped wrangle some extras, and just did a few things that the producer would more commonly do on a film.
Yep.
But I really like doing that stuff. I enjoy that. I think I have a bit of producer blood in me, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, as I've said many times, I love the whole film process. So I kind of like dabbling in every sort of aspect of it.
Yeah.
But I think the main thing I came away with after this shoot, because it was a big shoot, is preparation is key. Because any little discrepancy that you make in the schedule or how you write things down, like I had a schedule that I had written just with, you know, times that things were happening, when certain people were getting there, when certain people were leaving. And if you get a bit lazy and just like estimate a time and put it in there, it might seem okay at first, but then when you're on a set, you know, time's ticking, you've got 50 people wanting to know when things are happening and all this stuff, then it becomes a huge issue. So you really need to get these things right. And Ed Watson, the producer, really helped a lot, because he had all these templates that just helped organize things perfectly. Yeah. And he was constantly checking in with me, making sure I was on top of everything. And we would it's about communication as well. We went back and forth. Yeah. Just making sure everything was organized, everything was locked in. Obviously, because he was the main producer, he was sorting out catering and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, on the day, you'd commonly usually you get a runner or a PA to go and like get the food and stuff. But our PAs on the shoot didn't have cars, so I had to go and get food at one point.
Like, they're just on for experience.
Yeah, but it is what it is. Like, you just got to roll with the punches, right?
Yeah, cool. Of course.
So yeah, but everything went super smooth. Just such a good crew. The the DOP had mapped everything out to a T. Like
I saw some of the documents you showed. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like, as an AD, it's so good when you finish one shot and then the DOP is already setting up for the next. And then whenever I went up to him and I'm like, oh, you know, how we going for camera? He's like, camera's ready. I'm like, oh, sweet. So pretty much everything was done. If there was a setback, he also allowed padding when he created the shot list. So we always had spare time to play with. If there were, you know, we were often ahead of time, and then I wasn't too worried if there was a shot that was taking longer than expected because we had that time to play with, and it sort of balanced out really perfectly, actually.
Was this the film that you were going to try and squeeze 20 pages into 2 days?
Yeah, and we did it.
That's why the days were 17
Yeah,
hours.
well, it was
I'm
actually,
like, why the fuck are they at 17?
Yeah, it was actually 3 days, but I don't really count the first day because there were only 3 shots.
Cool.
It was like 1 to 2 pages.
Right.
Yeah.
How did you find being the boss on set? Like, how did you find that medium?
You know, I actually really liked it.
Yeah?
It's a really cool feeling
You
get.
power-hungry mother...
It really shows the power of fake it till you make it, I guess, because, you know, if you say something in a loud voice, it's funny that people will actually listen to you.
Yeah. Quiet on set.
Yeah, like if somebody just takes charge, then, you know, people aren't going to say, hey, you can't do that, because it's going to be like, who are you? Like, you know.
You make some enemies, though.
Yeah.
First AD.
Yeah, but you know, that's just part of it. You just
part of it. But also,
but
I love first ADing because you... Like what you said, you get to dip your hand into all the kind of departments and understand what everyone's doing.
Yeah, for sure. And I think there's a way that you can be firm but not be rude about it.
For sure.
So yeah, just checking in with everyone, just letting them... It's communication as well.
It is all
letting them know how much time they have, but not pushing it.
Yeah.
So like, you know, say you've got 20 minutes for this, and then don't come back every 2 minutes and be like, you got 18 minutes, you got 16 minutes, because that's like, they know how much time.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
You just come in at the crucial points to make sure and to check in, and if there's any issues, you're fixing those. And also, you'll notice when your role as a first AD is crucial when sometimes there are lulls where things aren't happening. Like certain departments just haven't communicated to each other. Like, for example, maybe an actor needs to be laved up, but there's been no communication that can happen now.
Yeah.
And then it's up to you to go around and be like, oh, why hasn't this happened yet? And then like make sure those two departments link, and then it happens. So yeah, that's when I noticed that my role was quite crucial, just sort of linking departments and making sure everything was happening.
Were there any challenges or any things that you run into? You said it was pretty smooth set. So
yeah,
that's fucking rare, bro.
Yeah, honestly, it is. Like, there were no big issues. We got pretty lucky with weather as well. We only had one shot that was outside, and that was at the very end of the 3rd day. Yeah. And it wasn't raining for that, which was good. We had a bit of rain earlier on, but that was fine. It didn't really interrupt anything that we were shooting. Yeah, I was a bit worried that we weren't going to have enough extras coming, but once for Sunday we didn't have. I would have liked to have a couple more, but we made do pretty well with what we had. But then on the Monday, the last day, when the dancers pulled through, that brought everything together. And
that's what I'm struggling with at the moment. Extras
in just the quantity, or
yeah. We've had people like drop out and shit. Like, fucking extras are flaky, man.
Yeah, especially if they're not getting paid, because they can't really justify being there. Or they'll say they're coming and then they just won't show up on the day. Yeah, which is annoying. But
especially when you're buying costumes.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, it's quite hard in your situation.
Pain in the ass, but no, that's good, man. I think what you said about the preparation is so true. Like, that's something that, you know, I've been at AD for ages now, like on all the boys' sets, like throughout uni, and I think, you know, coming into my own films, I've definitely taken that point. That preparation is key, because, like, man, that's why I spend so much time doing preparation. I think that comes from my first AD background, bro. Is like, you fucking need everything like sorted, so then when you get on set, it can be smooth, because something usually goes wrong on set. So if you prepare the fuck out of it, you're kind of cutting back on those on the shit that can go wrong, kind of thing. But that's good, man. That's so good. I'm keen to see the finished product with it. How do you think it will turn out?
Yeah, no, really good. From everything that I saw on set, looks amazing. So yeah, I'm super keen to see how it edits together. And
perfect stuff. What other stuff have you been doing?
I've been doing a little bit of writing, so I realized that I need to put some countermeasures in place so that my writing keeps happening and I don't stall on it. Just because I've been so busy, and it's hard to sort of keep going
Sure.
when you get busy. And I'm going away to Europe next month.
Hey.
Yes.
Big
So
man.
I wanted to make sure, my goal is to have the first draft of the script finished before I leave, which is a month away. So I figured if I write 3 pages a day, I can have more, give or take,
That's a lot.
90
3
pages done. So about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
It is a lot. Yeah.
Like, that's a fucking shit ton.
It is, yeah. But at this point, I'm just like, because I was spending a lot of time just looking at it, thinking about it, blah, blah, blah. And I still don't have I don't have it perfectly mapped out. But I was like, you know what? I'm just going to start writing, because if I don't start, then it's never going to happen. I'm just going to sit here and think and think and think. I'd rather at least just write something, and then if it's trash and I use 10% of it in the final product, then that will be worth it. You know what I mean? I've at least done something. So, and I'm also changing up my approach to the story. Like, I was looking at making it a larger scale story. So the magician's assistant gets brought into this underworld, and it's like this whole big, like,
I love it, bro. You
corporate organization that's happening. And I was like, maybe I should just make this more of a personal
character
story.
study. I told you from the start, bro. Character study.
Between, like, you know, the magician and the
dynamic.
assistant. And that could be really,
100%.
and that's the kind of stories I like.
Yes.
Just personal stories about people who have flaws, and I have good ideas for how to make their backstory super
It
interesting.
means you can. Fucking hell. Fuck, I just touched the soundboard. Oh, fucking hell. Sorry, bro. Sorry, what I was gonna say is that kind of allows you to concentrate on dialogue and not have to worry about fucking world building.
Yeah.
That's especially for a proof of concept.
Yeah.
Don't worry, like, sprinkle the world building,
Yeah,
but
definitely.
you want to sell them on the characters.
Yeah.
You know, because the world building can
But
really only happen with a big budget.
This is the feature I'm talking about, though.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, no, you're
You know
right.
what I
Like,
mean.
if I was to do my first feature, I would want it to be small budget.
Yeah. Exactly.
As small budget as I could.
Exactly, man. I think you're on the right track.
Yeah.
What you just said. Yeah.
Lockie also sent me some concept art, which was really cool.
Fucking
Do you wanna
what?
see some of it?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. I'll pop it up on the screen for you guys.
Holy shit! No way.
So
He's a menace.
he sent me some, and then I gave him notes, and then I think he might send another batch, which I haven't received yet, but we'll see.
Let's hope it's not a bad batch. Sorry, we're just talking about Clone Wars. You know, I'm sorry, Lockie. I'm sorry. That was a terrible joke. He's gonna.
So I asked
mention
for
it.
photos of the location.
Okay.
Like, I gave him some inspiration. What do you call it? Like mood board photos and stuff. And then he sent me a few different ideas for locations, and then
Show
a
us.
few ideas of the magician, what he would look like.
Yeah, cool.
And then he had this idea of making the magician look like Javier Bardem.
Oh
So he sent some concept out of that. So I'll show you. Just swipe
Yeah.
across like that. So this is the location first.
Dude, that's fucking nuts. You're gonna need like a abandoned.
Well, I have
warehouse.
to. The more simple looking ones are the ones I want to go for.
Dude, that's insane.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that shot. I can imagine that.
Yeah, that looks how I would want it to
That's
look.
insane.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that one. I think that one is probably the most accurate to what I want.
You know what you could do, especially looking at this,
Yeah.
is getting a church and turning it into
It's actually not a
like
bad idea.
like a old church and turning it into like kind of
That's
what
a
you're
good
doing.
idea.
Oh, that's epic. Dude. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's cool. Hey, that's
Oh, dude. Oh, Javier. Oh my
so cool.
gosh.
Yeah, sick. Hey,
That's
there's
nuts.
heaps. Keep going.
Yeah.
There's-
Oh my gosh.
Wait till you get in the one with the blood on his face.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
That's fucking nuts.
so cool. Hey,
That screams character study to me,
yeah,
though. Like, you need to make this a character study.
yeah.
That's nuts.
I want to do something different with the magician though. I don't want him to be typical. I was thinking of making him almost childlike.
Ooh.
And I think that would contrast really well with the girl who's meant to be like a social media influencer who kind of is used to using her looks and her status to get things that she wants in life.
Okay, yeah.
I feel like it would be interesting to have an antagonist who really she can't do that.
Yeah.
She can't use that tactic on him.
So, are you planning to make him like have some kind of mental illness that you could explore to kind of make him childlike,
potentially,
or dive deep into the trauma aspect of it?
Yeah,
or?
I think so. I think I want to delve into his backstory and just how he's really been mistreated throughout his life and
cause him to be the way that he is. But you gotta, it's hard. It's gonna be hard for you navigating material that's already been done, like Split. Like you have to kind of navigate. Don't want to make it like that.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's gonna be hard, but you know, man, fucking this is the stuff that you got to do. The challenges. Yeah. You know, things that are challenging and. It's going to turn out.
I think I can find some ways to make it different.
I think so too. Yeah. Like the childlike that screams Split to me, but you can make it your own. Maybe like something like.
That's just an idea.
Yeah, maybe like he always wanted to be a magician when he was a kid.
That's actually something I was thinking.
Yeah. So on the same wavelength. So I think that could fucking work. Yeah. And like the tricks are it can be so like simple and shit like that, but. Oh man, that's epic! Yeah. That's so cool. And hey, if you need a magician, you know, some.
Do you know someone?
You know, a little bit of magic advice on set. Nah, that's epic, bro. That's so cool.
Yeah,
good stuff, mate. Anything else?
I think that's pretty much it.
Pretty much it.
Yeah.
Cool. Alrighty. So my progress for the last 2 weeks has been insane. You know, we're just in that stage of finalizing, hiring, purchasing, all this different stuff. We'll start with the drapes. We went to the big theatrical drape hire place, and we talked to the guy. And bro, everything in this movie is a fucking huge risk. Huge risk. Like we're not hiring his fucking stands because he wants to charge us like an extra $1,200 on top of what we're already doing. So we're getting our own. Connor has stands, like the stands he used to black out shit usually. We're just going to use those. Yeah, right. We're getting like poles from Queensland, like fucking bamboo poles to be imported and shit like that. So yeah, that's cool. That's sort of, the drapes look fucking incredible, like this green color, and we're going to be reusing that in the hallway as we are for the ballroom. So that's cool. That was out of the way. The tent has finally been complete. If you guys are following the It's a Film Productions page on Instagram or my Instagram, you would see everything that's been going, and I couldn't be happier. It's exactly what I had in my head. I wasn't too sure about how it was going to turn out. That was a risk within itself, but Luca pulled through, and it looks fucking incredible. Looked absolutely amazing, and I think what the plan is from. I came from there this morning because I already visited, but I went with Connor and Mariah this morning. We just talked about logistics and what we're doing. We're pre-setting up everything the day before, so literally we can get there on the day and straight away start shooting.
I can't wait to see it with all the production design.
Dude, yeah,
and just to see the shots on the day, it's gonna look so good.
Like, because Connor is gonna haze like the shit out of it, and like even today, just seeing the sunlight shine.
Will the haze stay?
Yeah, he's hiring like an outdoor one and then an indoor one. Okay, like an indoor machine. I don't know the fucking difference between them two. So but he seems to have it under wraps. And the only thing now about the tent is we realized that we can like somewhat see through it to the background, so he's figuring out a way to get. I think we're just going to get a bunch of bed sheets and put it over because he tested that today.
If it almost just looks like overexposed, it should be fine.
Yeah, he's
like you see a bit of a white glint.
We hope it's a cloudy day, not rainy, but cloudy. If it's rainy, low key, we're fucked. The whole shoot is fucked basically. So
what happens if it rains leading up to it? Does it ruin the tent or it's fine? It just stays as
well, we don't have the tent up at the moment. So we have the poles in there, and it's been raining here and there, and the poles are fine because they're like mudded in, like completely, like they're not cemented, but they are cemented. They're not going anywhere.
Does it take a long time to put the drape?
No. You mean the thing over the top? Yeah. No. So we're going to do that the day before. Me and Connor we were talking about today, we may actually sleep in it overnight, but we'll see what happens with that because, like I said, we're pre-setting up the day before so we can, do all the PD shit, put all the sand in. If we need more sand, go to Bunnings down the road and get more sand. But it looks incredible. And then, the PD has been going to the prop house and stuff and getting all these amazing like artifacts and shit from Egypt and well, not actually from Egypt, but you know what I mean. And it's just been fantastic. Honestly, it's better than anything I could have ever imagined. Exactly what my vision was, which is really cool. So now I just leave it up to the heads of the department to figure out logistics and stuff, and we'll 100% be ready by the time we get there, and it's going to be fantastic. And we have rehearsals coming up next week as well, staging rehearsals. So Connor's going to be there, and we're going, like I've said the last couple times, we're going through the whole shot list and seeing what's possible, what we can cut out, what we can combine, what are the most important ones, and figuring out our order, which Lucas has already done like a basic order. But figuring out, if we need to do the dollies first or something like that. We have like a Steadicam op for that day as well, which is why all the camera department has been like all over the place, because Connor's had to bring in his guys that he's worked with before to deal with, like, for example, the Steadicam op, or we have a second camera on the last 2 days and just change it around.
How'd you find your Steadicam guy? Did Connor find
Through Connor. Okay. Connor knows people.
I think they're actually hard to come by, Steadicam
guys.
Guys.
Yeah, so I think it's one of his mates that know it or something like that.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, so by next Thursday, which is a week out exactly from shoot, we'll have call sheets sent, which is fucking fantastic, because I hate receiving call sheets the night of or the night before and not knowing what the fuck's happening the next day. That's something that I've learnt from being first AD on set, is that it's just better to get it out as soon as possible.
But it's common practice, because changes happen.
They do, but I think just the way that I run, and I'm testing it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Yeah. We've already got like a mock production schedule anyway. We basically know how everything's going to run this week. Coming up is all about polishing that and finishing that. We've got a one-liner schedule already sorted. We've got who's needed on which days, what locations, at what times. Basically, everything's just going to be combined. I've already got the call sheets. Lucas has already got the call sheets, but like he's waiting for me and Connor for next week to just finalize everything. And then, we'll get cracking on that. So it's really good. We've had dropouts this week as well. Extras, I had to replace... Who else have I had to replace? I've had to replace somebody else. But Lexi's network is fucking insane. We put a call up and within 5 minutes got a new boom op. Lockie Laws dropped out for gaff. Yeah. And then we got a gaff basically straight away as well with a van. Gaff? Oh, gosh. No idea. I don't know. Somebody that Lexi found, and then has worked with Connor before. So, and they have a van, which is really fucking handy as well. Nice. So, that's been really cool. Had a meeting with Kieran. Has he messaged you yet?
He did, yeah.
Yeah, and he said that your things will work or won't work.
I don't know. We might have to see if we have an adapter.
That's fine, because I've just told him, just get me a quote, from some place, and we'll hire whatever fucking equipment you need.
Yeah, because I also don't know if the quality of the road labs will match what you've got. Do you know what he has? Sennheisers or something?
No idea. Okay. No idea, but he needs like an extra 2 or 3 lav mics. But yeah, so that's that. What else? I think I already said the singer. Have I already mentioned the singer? Yeah. And she's got her own costume and stuff. So we're still in talks about, what exactly part of her song that she's going to do on the day, stuff like that. Finalized the armor, fucking finally. Yep. Waiting for my crowdfunding to come in before I pay that. Isn't it? Dan Martin, and what he's done.
I've worked with him a couple of times.
Yeah, he's got 2. Oh, hello. He's got us 2 guns, I'm pretty sure, and legal. They're replicas, I think, but he's a trained professional, has a license. Just gonna put it out there. Paying for his services.
So you did end up going with the armor after all that.
And he's making swords.
Oh, hectic.
So
he's good like that.
Yeah.
For Caliber, you know how there's the scene with the dead rabbit?
Yeah.
He made that. And there was an air pump in it that you press it and it made it look like it was breathing.
That's
so
fucking
cool.
Yeah, he's hectic. And
great.
He's been really good. Except getting in communication with him, which is a bit hard. Mm-hmm. But he knows his shit, and he's so nice as well. Like about just everything. I just think he's a busy guy. Which I found calling him is the best way to get onto him. But he's making these swords, like rubber ones and then proper ones, and yeah, he's just been a champion with all of that, and yeah, I'm excited for that part of things as well. And then yeah, we've found our last location. I think I was talking about last time how we hadn't gone to Barrel. You're coming with me, Skeleton Crew on that day. We've got a fucking beautiful garden. Have I showed you?
No.
Oh, bro, it's Lexi's holiday house. It's Lexi's holiday house. It's insane, brother. I got to show you. It's beautiful. It's probably the best garden I've ever seen in my life. So we're shooting that. We'll be home by 11:30. You know, perfect. So that's been really good. And I mentioned that I'm waiting for my crowdfunding to come in. I got an email notification, right, that my crowdfunding's coming in. We ended up raising like $8,000, but from the crowdfunding, we raised 4.4, and I got an email saying they're only giving me 3.8, right? And I knew there was a fucking fee that comes along with it, right? It's like 10%, 5%, whatever it fucking is, right? But then they they take away that fee, which is like 5%, 10%, whatever. But then they hold an extra percent to give to you in 6 months' time.
Oh, what the heck?
And I'm like, what's the fucking use with that?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, it's just for refunds. Like in case, what do you mean fucking refunds? No one's going to refund their donation. Like that's why they're giving it. Yeah. But it was like, I find that so fucking pointless.
Yeah.
Withholding a certain amount of money and not given to me in 6 months' time. Like, people are raising money because they need it.
Yeah.
Like, they don't want it in 6 months' time. They want it now.
Yeah, that's stupid.
That's the stupid thing about Indiegogo. And they always take a bit more than you fucking think they're going to.
Yeah.
But luckily
they take a cut on every donation as well.
They do.
Yeah, wow.
And like, it's just fucked. But anyways, luckily enough, I was able to replenish it. So we'll eventually have like 4.2 grand in the contingency money, which will go towards the armorer, the drapes, and then probably sand and sound equipment. So but yeah, then I also had another another meeting with my composer, which I've had a couple meetings with him leading up to shooting, which is a bit different what I've usually done. But I've always said, and I still stick to it, music is the most important part of a film to me. Just changes the way, you're able to view something, feel different things. And I think it's really important to get him on board early. And I've had extensive I don't fucking know the word, extensive conversations with him about how we're going to do it, the themes, how we're going to mix it. We have Osmar has a separate theme to the other two main characters who have the same theme but on different ends of the spectrum. You've got Karamov, who's bad, Sofredka Roy, who's good, but they have the same theme. And then when they come in at the very end, Osmar, you get a combined thing of all of them, and it's just, I'm really looking forward to it. And we're also talking about the singer. We're incorporating her because, bro, she's one of the loveliest ladies I've ever spoken to. Again, she's doing it all for free unless, I have some spare money left over, which I can give to her. But I'm using one of her songs for the credits. I'm going to try and get her vocals in there as much as possible in little parts. But what I was talking about in terms of making the score different to what I've done before is we're going to be very cultural in a sense, like almost Dune-esque, how they, were doing sounds more than actual music score.
Soundscape.
Yeah, soundscape. And we want to experiment with that and making it more like you hear that you're in Egypt. You don't just see it because it's hard. You're in a tent. How the fuck are you going to say? You hear it, right? I think that's one of the main things that we're concentrating on, and it's a complete contrast to when you're in England, when you'll probably get the more cinematic kind of orchestral kind of feel of it all, like you're in a ball. But we're keeping it very, I think, time appropriate, or trying to at least. But you get a mix of everything, and I do think the soundtrack is going to be really fucking important to this. So
nice.
But yeah, so that's everything. That's everything I've been working on, and then just finalising these extras, which has been a pain in the ass. It's hard as well. I got a second AD and third AD on, but they seem to not be free because they're again, everybody has different commitments, and I get that, and they sent out emails, and Lauren's been really good, a costume designer, been in contact with everybody, and just we've had dropouts and people have to manage this and that, and it's hard when people are working for free, right, and have other commitments. It's priorities are changed for everyone, and I get that, and they don't have a lot of time on their hands to do this and that. So you know, we've had dropouts. I have to get like 2 more extras for the hallway, 6 more extras for the ballroom because we're hoping to get 40 people in there, and it's already little as it is. You know, it's not going to be packed, unfortunately. You know, we need another better one for the fucking tent scene.
You know, I'm sure Connor's all over this, but a little trick you can use if you don't have enough extras is to shoot with longer lenses.
Really?
Yeah, because it compresses the image. It makes it, you get that shallow depth of field. It just looks like there's more people in a
I think we might have to do that. And it just if everybody's up and mingling, you're not gonna fucking notice. Like we're doing a couple wide shots, right? But I think it should be fine. And what
just
we
try
do,
and schedule it in a way where you do those wide shots when you have maximum amount of people there.
Well, we have them. Here's the thing, bro. We have them there all day. So we have on the first day.
You do, but like realistically, you're gonna get people starting to drop off at a certain point. Like people will be like, "Oh, I have to go home now," and you can't really keep them if they're not being paid. Yeah,
that's true. But we've told them way in advance.
I know, but I'm just telling you realistically.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I think we're gonna end up just crew is gonna have to chuck on the fucking suits.
And that's fine.
Go in there
as long as you're aware of that.
Yeah, that's why I'm just trying to overcompensate. I have to reach out to these acting schools and stuff to get more extras.
Yeah, so you should. Like, you should always. I would honestly expect half of the number I've got. It could be more, but I would just prepare for that.
Yeah, and that's why I've tried with the ballroom to get the trusted extras, like family, friends, and stuff like that. And for the other ones, it doesn't really matter as much.
I don't think I've ever been on an unpaid film where they need extras and been like, "Whoa, we have too many extras here." Like, it's never happened.
Exactly. The only thing is just like lining costumes up because we only have a certain amount of costumes and stuff. So, but yeah, man, that's it for me.
Sweet.
Alrighty, we have reached the part of the podcast where we are now in the segment we call the dependent variable. It's called the dependent variable because just like in a science experiment, the dependent variable is the variable that changes, and this subject changes each week. And this week we are doing a little game of sorts. We're doing which Star Wars character are you? And whatever we get, we then discuss on who would win in a battle, non-biasly. So we have
guys, we got lazy.
we got lazy. We've both just been super busy, so we came like this. It might be fun. You never know. So we're gonna do this kind of quiz right now. And we're doing it for each other. Or are you doing it for me? I'm doing it for you. I guess it doesn't really matter.
Just do it for yourself. How am I gonna know what you would answer?
That's true. Okay, so
wait, are we reading our answers out loud?
Yeah. So the first question is pick a Bond film. Do you have that?
Yeah.
All right, so there's A View to Kill. I don't know what these have got to do with fucking choosing the Star Wars character. Die Another Day on a Majesty's Secret Service. Golden Finger. No.
Okay, what looks
GoldenEye. I've heard GoldenEye before.
Is it strange that some of the Bond titles sound like innuendos?
Golden Finger. The man with the golden gun. Moonraker. Dude, A View to Kill. Bro, this is like mad over-sexualized, this fucking... All right, I think I'm going to go GoldenEye.
Okay, I'll go Die Another Day.
All right. Pick a social network. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Google+, MySpace, Instagram, Foursquare,
Definitely
Tumblr.
not LinkedIn.
What the fuck is Foursquare? Have you heard of Foursquare?
No.
All right, I'll probably go Twitter, to be honest. Did you say you're definitely not going Twitter?
I said definitely not LinkedIn.
Oh, yeah, fuck LinkedIn, bro. Yeah, I know, right?
Twitter's like the second most pointless.
I reckon LinkedIn is like...
You like Twitter though, don't you?
I love Twitter. I was talking to my girlfriend about this. I'm like, fucking, once this film is done, I'm deleting all social media. I fucking hate social media. Yeah. Like, there was a good point when I broke up with my ex where I just deleted all social media for like months. Fucking best couple months of my life.
I would delete it if I could, but I kind of need it for...
I needed it for the podcast, but now we got indie. It's like I don't really need it anymore. So after this film, once I finish promoting...
I like
everything, then I'm deleting it. Twitter, I don't really classify that because I use that as my news source. I don't like. Right. I was like to my girlfriend the other night because she just got Instagram back, but she's only used it for messages. I'm like, all I really need, and she was like, oh, I felt out of the loop, like with news and shit like that. I'm like, yeah, that's why I like Twitter because you don't see anyone's bullshit. You're just there for news and like.
Do you like Reddit?
I've tried. I
don't go on it very often, but when I do, I'm like, oh, this is pretty good. Like, it's just got good information.
The
forums are really good.
Yeah, it's all right. I like Twitter. Twitter's probably my favorite out of all of them. But yeah, Twitter.
Google Plus.
Bro, I don't even know what the fuck Foursquare is.
Remember when they tried to get everyone to get Google Plus accounts?
Did they?
Yeah, they forced you to get it if you had a YouTube account.
At uni?
When Google first bought YouTube, you couldn't have a YouTube account if you didn't have a Google Plus account.
And did you have to pay for Google Plus?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
But it was just like a weird social media platform that they tried to launch and it failed miserably.
So is it still up, but?
Not really.
Okay.
They just canned it. And Google's had a few projects like that. Like, remember the Google Glass?
No. Was that the sunglasses?
Yeah, that
you can
failed.
You can see?
Yeah.
What, like the social media on the glasses? Or is that one on the camera?
You just wear sunglasses and you can, it's like a phone. Like you can see what you're doing. Which sounds cool.
Did that actually work?
I think apparently it was pretty bad. People were getting headaches from wearing them and stuff like that. So
Yeah. That's no good.
yeah, it just kind of bombed.
All right, Twitter. What's the next one?
Okay, wait, let me pick.
What do you got?
I'll pick Facebook.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. What was your favorite subject? Oh,
English.
fuck me.
Oh.
Maths, physics, politics.
I didn't-
Don't get me started. Why is
Okay.
politics on there? That's not a subject. I fucking don't get me started on politics.
Mine would
English,
definitely
IT,
be
bio.
philosophy, but we never had that.
I fucking never had that
But
too.
I'll
This
just
is
click that
some like,
anyway.
American BuzzFeed shit. Religious
Yeah.
studies, foreign languages. Bio was blood. English. Oh man, fuck it. English was my only band 6.
English was good, yeah.
All right, pick a color.
Orange.
Red.
Next.
Pick a Beatles song. All right.
Here comes the
Blackbird.
sun.
Oh, Blackbird. Is that Beatles?
Yeah.
Right.
Do. What is your
Yeah.
ideal first date? Going for a drive.
Your ideal first date. Going for a drive, a nice walk through the woods. Mate, that sounds like every
Watching
fucking
a
serial
foreign
killer.
language film.
Foreign
There
language,
you
that's
go.
what I was trying
There
to...
you go.
International.
That's kind of weird for a first date.
You've never had a first date. Yeah, that's you, bro. Shooting womp rats in your T16.
Okay. Oh,
Going, wait, did we say what this quiz
that's
was?
what they do in Western Sydney.
Did we say... What, shooting womp rats?
Putting out.
Going for a picnic in a field by a waterfall. Watching stand-up comedy, going to a museum.
Watching stand-up comedy. How do you reckon that would be as a first date?
Fucking shit, because you're not talking to each other. That's why
Yeah.
like, don't go on
That
movies
would
on
be
first
weird.
dates either.
Yeah.
Do we say what? So this is which Star Wars character are you? And then we're gonna decide who wins in a battle to the death.
Yeah.
All right, what's your ideal first
What's
date?
this guy's name again? The guy with the
Oh mate, is that Boba Fett's
noodle on his head? Yeah.
Noodle Man, Noodle Head?
Out of those options, jeez. I'm just gonna click. You've never had a first date, even though that's
Why?
not true. It's not true.
Put yourself in the Star Wars world.
Well, then it would be Womp Rats.
Fucking I thought it would be Womp Rat. Shooting
You
Womp
picked
Rats. Oh, actually nah.
Oh, the next question.
Probably be going for a drive. Fuck it.
the next question. Pick a Breaking Bad character.
Ooh,
Yes.
Gus.
Okay, good call.
Got my character.
It's probably either between Jesse or Saul. It would be Mike if he was on here.
All right, I got my character. Don't tell me what you got.
Just because I love Better Call Saul, I'm picking Saul.
Don't tell me what you got. We're gonna
Oh,
say.
okay. Oh, what the heck? All right, you go first. No,
All right.
I'm not saying what the heck at the character. I'm saying what the heck at the caption.
Oh, okay. My
you go
caption
first.
is beep bop lip beep bop.
Oh,
I
R2.
got R2D2.
So my caption is, yeah, okay, so you saved the galaxy, but you also kissed your sister.
Oh, you got Luke Skywalker. Alrighty.
Yeah.
I don't know what the
Well, they're
fuck
mates.
this
They're not
is
going to
gonna
fight,
do.
but I would obviously beat you in a fight.
Okay, now let's think about it. Like realistically,
Yeah.
if you're fighting in my fucking X-wing and I'm in the seat, bro, I could just fucking fuck with the fuse and shit like that and crash your X-wing.
Yeah, but Luke's got the Force. He could just like
Yeah,
force the ship up.
that's true. But I don't know, man. I think R2D2's been around for a while. I'm trying to make his case, all right? He was Anakin's sidekick. He was Luke's sidekick.
This is like a court case where you just know the person's guilty and you're like,
hearsay. Yeah, I'm like being a defendant for a fucking serial killer,
Yeah.
trying to what can I say?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, he knows Anakin. He's been all
yeah,
around all
who
the
turned into Darth
Jedi.
Vader?
Huh?
Wait, no, that's not okay. Yeah, I
That-
guess.
what the
I
fuck's
don't know
that
why-
got to do with it,
I don't know.
I feel like these droids they're pretty nifty, man.
Yeah.
All right, tell me the scenario.
What is the lifespan of a droid?
Not infinite, because they're a droid.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
So then he could beat Luke by old age.
Except I saw when I was rewatching Revenge of the Sith last night, Grievous had like fucking intestines on the outside of his like droid shit. So
they're not on the outside; they're on the inside. But you can like, they're exposed, like you can see them.
Well, R2 definitely doesn't have fucking intestines.
Yeah, this is a robot.
Exactly. Well, so was Grievous, wasn't he?
No, well, he's like a hybrid droid humanoid creature thing.
All right, cool. Okay, give me a scenario in which Luke would beat R2, and I'll tell you how R2 gets out of it.
In just a normal fight, like if they were standing in a field and Luke ran at R2 and just sliced him with his lightsaber.
He wouldn't be able to catch him.
Why?
He's too fast.
No, he's not.
Have you seen that kid? He's insane. Okay, tell me. Where's that?
Yeah, he's got the scream that he does.
Sorry, what?
Have you not heard the R2 scream?
Sorry, what? Do it again.
No.
Do it again.
No, I'm not.
Do it again. Go on.
No, I'm not taking your peer pressure. I'm not playing your game.
Nah, see, well, I think he would just run away.
Run away.
Or he would, like, distract Luke by playing, like, Obi-Wan's message.
Oh, yeah.
And it would be like, oh, fuck, what's that? And then fucking, you know how he has his little, like, fire things? Yeah, or you're like,
Taser.
Hey, Luke, I'm sorry. You know, come pet me or some shit. And then he whips out his little lighter thing and lights Luke on fire.
True. We don't know how many tools he has in his arsenal. So
We don't. But I think in general, I think Luke edges it. I might be wrong, but I think Luke edges it. But, you know, I think R2, you know, I think the whole thing about underestimation as well. It's like Luke would underestimate him. He's a fucking droid. What can he do? I think that is his downfall. Okay. What do you reckon?
I agree to disagree.
So you think Luke would win?
Yeah.
How many times out of 10 would Luke win?
10.
So you don't think
Luke
R2 has
Skywalker.
any chance at all?
He took down an entire empire.
With R2-D2.
Yeah, they generally
in the
work
co-pilot.
together.
They do.
So.
And if they didn't, could Luke do it? Could Luke save the galaxy without R2?
Probably not. But
Could R2 survive without Luke? Yes, because he has done for many years.
Yeah. I think
R2 could out-age him.
Yeah, R2 doesn't
Just hide.
have biological needs, so he could survive. Oh, he could just put Luke in a cage for a couple of days, and
That's true.
Luke would die of starvation. Or
I think Luke wins 7-3.
that's fair. That's
What do you
fair.
reckon?
Oh, yeah, I'll agree to
Yeah?
that. Yeah,
Agree.
done.
All right, perfect. Well, now that is very good. That actually turned out all right. I thoroughly enjoyed that segment. I reckon we should do that a couple with
Different
other
franchises.
different franchises and have a discussion, especially with Austin as well. Who would win in a triple threat?
Yes.
Oh, mate, that's
Yes.
insane. All right, cool.
That would be good.
That would be good. All right, Dan. We're very
tie-
of the episode.
Let's tie a little ball in this episode.
Let's tie a little bow, and you guys, you can catch us on the pre-production.
We're
meeting.
bringing back the New York.
Oh no, not
the
again.
Boston
Not
accent.
again. Not again. Fuck that. You can catch us on the pre-production meeting, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, where you get your podcasts, and on YouTube. We are still a 5 out of 5 star rated apparent comedy podcast on Google, or Spotify, where you get all your podcasts. And you can find us at the Pre-Prod Pod on Instagram, TikTok, and I think that's it. But Dan, thank you for today. It's been a very good episode, and
Thank you, Josh.
I'm actually not too sure about the next couple of weeks, guys, because I've got the set coming up. Maybe we can squeeze in one sometime next week, and then the week after that we'll probably skip out because we got set.
However,
yes,
I may be bringing you guys an on-set special.
Ooh,
So look out for that.
Yes. Actually, I'm keen for that.
Only if you guys give this 1,000 listens.
1,000 listens. That is
Can we do that?
I don't know if we can, but
Yeah,
hey,
we can.
Let's
We
dream.
can.
Let's reach for the stars. All right. Well, thank you guys, and we will see you when we see you.
Thanks, guys.
See you guys. Peace. I think that's Jay. I don't know, but I'm gonna rip into him. See you guys.
Bye.